What is computer ethics? Computer ethics is concerned with the rules, norms, and practices that regulate the process of using computing technology and its connected disciplines without harming or violating any individual, organization, or entity's moral ideals and views. A scientist developed a theory that required proof through the construction of a computer model. He hired a computer programmer to build the model, and the theory was shown to be correct. The scientist won several awards for the development of the theory, but he never acknowledged the contribution of the computer programmer. The scientist's failure to recognize the computer programmer was unethical since he failed to recognize someone whose contribution was critical to him receiving the award. It is incorrect to claim ownership of a work that is the output of someone else's intellect. He should have given his programmer some credit. A scientist's actions break one of the 10 commandments of computer ethics. Thou shalt not appropriate other people's intellectual output.
A student found a loophole in the university computer security system that allowed him access to other students' records. He told the system administrator about the loophole, but continued to access others' records until the problem was corrected 2 weeks later. The student's actions in searching for the loophole were extremely unethical because he was compromising his classmates' private information and taking advantage of a security flaw. Because he overlooked a confirmed security vulnerability, the system administrator's failure to correct the problem sooner was extremely unethical. The student has violated one of the 10 commandments of computer ethics. Thou shalt not snoop into other people's files. One day, a student programmer decided to write a virus program. Virus programs usually make copies of themselves on other disks automatically, so the virus can spread to unsuspecting users. The student wrote a program that caused the microcomputer to ignore every fifth command entered by a user. The student took his program to the university computing lab and installed it on one of the microcomputers. Before long, the virus spread to hundreds of users. The student's action of infecting hundreds of users' disks was extremely unethical. Thou shalt use a computer in a considerate and respectful manner. This person was irresponsible and did not consider others. I consider this individual's actions were unethical. He did not consider the consequences of his actions. Thou shalt think about the social consequences of the program you write. I consider this individual's actions was unethical. Because his action can damage or lose someone's files which others did not deserve. The owner of a small business needed a computer-based accounting system. One day, he identified the various inputs and outputs he felt were required to satisfy his needs. Then he showed his design to a computer programmer and asked the programmer if she could implement such a system. The programmer knew she could implement the system because she had developed much more sophisticated systems in the past. In fact, she thought this design was rather crude and would soon need several major revisions. But she didn't say anything about her thoughts, because the business owner didn't ask, and she hoped she might be hired to implement the needed revisions. The programmer's decision not to bring out NBSP, the design problems, was unethical since she was neglecting to help the owner in areas where he didn't even realize he needed help. Computer class was also employed at a local business part-time. Frequently her homework in the class involved using popular word processing and spreadsheet packages. Occasionally she worked on her homework on the office computer at her part-time job, on her coffee or meal breaks. The student's use of the company computer was ethical since she is not entitled to undertake any work related to her employment during her break. It if the student had completed her homework during company time, rather than during the break. By using the company computer would have been unethical because she would have been entitled to do work related to her employment. She must not use the company computer during her work time which is not related to her job.